Welcome to Born to Be Brave. Kevin Choe, how are you?
Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've done a podcast with you. I think at least 6 months.
I know this is like I think our third one, right? Second or
Oh,
third?
I think second. I think second one.
Second one. This is what happens when you're older, you get confused. And it's so funny. It's like second, third. Welcome back. Yeah, Kevin moved. So Kevin has moved to New York City, right? You're all settled
Right.
in.
Yep.
How's it going?
It's different because today I came here right in the beginning of winter, and I should not have done that. I should have stayed in Phoenix for a little bit during the winter because winter in the desert is something like you cannot compete against desert winter. It's so beautiful, and then I come here during the winter and it's not as fun.
Yeah.
So I think I should have, but it's today's weather was it was like 45 degrees. It was amazing. I went out for a walk with my dog, and here we are.
Wait, what's your dog's name? Max? No.
Maverick.
Maverick. That's right. Maverick. How's Maverick adjusting to New York City life?
Oh, he's doing really well. He's having a lot of fun.
That's good, right?
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
really good.
it is interesting that you chose to go in the winter and do winter, right?
Right. I think I'm gonna snowboard for now because I work remote and doesn't need I don't I'm gonna snowboard for the rest of my life, I think. I don't think I'll ever go to a cold winter.
Yeah. Now that you've done it, you're like, I want to be a snowbird. I think I want to be a snowbird too.
Yeah. Which you can. I mean, but you don't need to be a snowboard in Southern California.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty warm here all the time. I mean, it was 80 today.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that crazy? Yeah, it's always warm here. Well, no, we've had a very cold winter, but not like your cold winter, you know?
Yeah. Right.
So you're doing good.
I'm doing pretty decently fine. I think I got my foot in the ground and I think I know what I'm gonna do now. So
Yeah, so tell me because I know that you were unsure about what I know you were going to focus on buying businesses, but
right,
you had some uncertainty. You didn't have total clarity. And then I saw on Instagram that you went to hang out with Pace and Abraham Gray
right.
and you left with clarity. What did you learn? Because I would love to get an update on I saw you make a post on social media that you're going to be changing what you do on your content on your YouTube channel and so just what did you learn and what's your new direction?
So I reached out to Pace and I'm like, Pace, I want to buy a business, but I don't really know how to do it. It's what I never learned how to do it. Nobody taught me how to do it. I have a general understanding of how to do it, but I don't really have a specific clarity. So I reached out to Pace and Pace says, okay, well, let me throw an event for you where Abraham, will come fly out. I'll speak at the event that I'm hosting. It was basically about buying businesses. And it was interesting because and it's like unlike real estate, like you don't buy one business a month. Like how like a lot of flippers, like I mean, I used to buy one house a month, and that was very manageable. But it's very hard to buy one business every single month. So the approach to buying a business was very different than buying real estate, which was what Pace talked about, which I'm going to share with you in a bit. But he said because you don't buy a lot of businesses, you don't need to focus on, you don't want to have an acquisition team going because what happens if you get an acquisition team going, you buy one business, you're stabilizing the business, but you can't take on another business for another 3 to 6 months, right? So the strategy to buying a business, or at least for me, that have I'm at around 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and 20,000 followers on Instagram and all those things. He said, you need to go start a podcast and interview every single business owners that you want to interview. So, and then what's gonna come out of it is number one, you're gonna be able to attract business owners that want to sell their business or that are looking to retire or at least like, sell off portions of their business. And once you buy the business, you will be able to leverage the YouTube and podcast platforms to promote the business that you bought.
Oh.
So everything kind of circulates around this like social media presence. And and then on top of that, once you get to a big enough platform, people will pay you and say, hey, would you sponsor my product on your YouTube channel? And also on top of that, I get YouTube ad revenue, right? So that was the idea. And I really loved it. It's like I just need to go create content, interview people like you, and interview all these business owners and just have fun. And I could be like, today's video is sponsored to you by um Hannah Martin. This is the watch that I wear, blah, 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 blah. And now I could be, that's like money right there, right? And it has, and I really love that idea that the idea that he gave me of just create podcasts, create contents, buy the business, make money on YouTube, make money on, the business that you buy, and then, market your product on YouTube. That was the biggest thing I got out of it.
Oh, I love that. And
Yeah.
it all just kind of fits together, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So. And also it has to kind of fit your personality, right, Colleen? It's like if you don't like talking to people, especially on a podcast, it's not something that you can have success on, right? But like I love talking, you love talking, you're good at it, and I'm good at it. And it's something that you enjoy doing. And if you enjoy something, you can do it for the rest of your life, then so be it. So
That is so true. We were just talking about that with somebody else that your personality is so important. Like, don't do you, if you don't like talking to people, it would never work, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah, you're great at it. And I'm so excited. And it's like when I saw your post, I was like, oh, I got to get an update from Kevin. And this is so cool because it's like it's a trifecta. You're going to get paid from YouTube as a paid YouTuber. You're
right,
going to get paid sponsorships. You're going
right,
to get leads for businesses, right? Because you can cherry pick the ones you want to buy
right,
and help
right.
be affiliated with. And then you can learn all kinds of cool stuff and meet new people and friends and opportunities through the interviews.
Right, right. And it's crazy because I used to do this with real estate and I'm gonna throughout the podcast, I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth on real estate and buying businesses together. But like tomorrow, no, sorry, today I closed on a deal
Uh-huh.
where the homeowner saw my YouTube video about like buying house sub two and selling their house sub two. He reached out to me from seeing my YouTube channel and said, "Hey, I have a house in Ohio that I can't sell right now because I just bought it a year and a half ago. Do you want to take over my mortgage payment?" And that was a video that I produced 2 years ago. And I'm gonna make it like I think $6,000 assignment fee on that from a video that I made 6 years ago. So imagine if I have like 2, 3 years worth of content just about how to buy businesses, exploring business owners, and then like they just residually continue to send me, deal like businesses. I can just cherry pick the ones for the rest of my life. And like that's a brilliant idea.
I'm in love with this idea.
Yeah.
I know I'm going all in on YouTube this year myself.
Yeah.
And I really feel like when I had my day with Pace and I was talking to him, he said, go all in. And he told me my interview with Pace comes out this week, and he said I could interview any of his friends. He'll get them for me because he loved our interview so much.
Yeah.
And that made my heart happy.
It's also a leverage because for me, like being having that proximity, like I could just reach out to just about like, I mean, not everybody, of course, but like most of the people that are in the real estate space, they know who I am because of my proximity with Pace. And it helps me get people on the podcast that I normally would not have access to. Right. So it's definitely like a plus. And you got to leverage what you have. I mean, I work for this relationship, I serve and all those things. So, and if you want, if there's anybody that you see on my podcast that you're like, "Okay, I want to interview this person," like you reach out to me, I'll get you connected too.
Okay, I love that. Thank you for that offer, my sweet friend. I'm going
Yeah.
to take you up on that for sure.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. I do that with all other people, right? Like people ask me, "Hey, do you know anybody that does this and this and this?" I'm like, "Yeah, here you go. Here's your contact information. Three-way
Yeah,
group chat." Boom.
that's good.
Yeah.
I love that idea, right?
Yeah.
What else is exciting?
I think that's the most exciting thing. But on top of that is I'm actually going to go out on the fields again and start doing business tours.
Oh,
Uh, I don't know if so like Cody Sanchez, Austin Zabak, and there's a few other YouTube channels that go out and interview business owners.
yeah,
But
Cody does.
there's really not that many YouTube channels that do it.
Hmm.
Like Upflip is one of them. My First Million is one of them. But they'll go to car washes, they go to, gas stations, they go to like all sorts of, restaurants, stores, whatever. And they go out and interview the owners. And it's basically a house tour, but with businesses. I'm good at it. I love talking to business owners. And I'm like, what's the profit margin on this? piece of tape that you sell? What's the profit margin on this expo marker? Right? Like all those things I want to know. How much is this building? How much do you pay for rent? What are the insurance? What do they cover? Do you have any, trouble with the insurance because of the California fire? I don't know. Like all those things I love doing, and people love watching that. And I think that next business buying, it will be a very hot topic for the next like 3 years.
I love that. Are you going to go all over the country, or are you going to stick mostly in one area, or what are you going to do?
I would like I yeah, I'm flying out to Vegas next first or second week of March,
Hmm.
and I'm going to be doing business tour. So I have, let me see. So I have everybody lined up in Vegas. Well, not in Vegas, but majority of them are in Vegas. One, two, three, four. I have about 24 business owners that have said yes. And the business that I'm really excited about is a laundromat. Like I have a
Uh-huh.
friend that's the biggest laundromat in Las Vegas. Also, do you know like Stripe, Square, when you go buy something, like
Hmm.
you pay with
Stripe.
credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's
used to I used to do retreats. I used to host retreats and people would pay on my Stripe account. Is that what we
yeah.
mean?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
when you go to a physical location, you can pay with when you pay with credit card or Apple Pay, there's a machine that collects it, right? And they usually charge like 3%, which gets passed down onto you. So like there's a credit card processing company that I'm interviewing. I
I
have a
love that. Who else
I
are you
have
interviewing?
Yeah, and they it's like the most passive income you ever have. Like once if you have a store and you collect payments, like these they will charge the customer, or they will charge the owner, which then the owner will charge the customer like an additional 3% credit card processing fee, like American Express, if you use American Express. So
Yeah.
that's one of them. I have a friend that owns a poke spot, like a restaurant.
Hmm.
I also have a friend that owns a burrito spot. I'm gonna go to that. I have a friend named Jonathan. He owns a pool cleaning company. I have a friend that owns coffee shop. I have a friend that owns ice cream shop. Um, I mean churro. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, I'm just going through the list like really quickly. But all those businesses, like people want to know how much does this business make, you know?
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
You're gonna learn a lot.
I'm gonna learn a lot, but yeah, so I'm just hitting so many birds with one stone. Like I'm building the relationships, and I'm just having fun it's like having fun with friends, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
And I like that you posted that you just paid off your private money lender or partner, right?
yeah.
That's
I,
important because now you've developed relationships. I feel like you have really good relationships with your money lenders, right?
yeah. They're my friends. I hang out with them every time I'm in their town.
Yeah, so they might want to partner with you. If there's a business that maybe you can't afford yourself, maybe they'll want to partner with you on it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, and it's I just paid off my last private money lender. Like that was the last loan that I had, 50,000. I just paid him off today. And I'm like, I'm free to do whatever I want now. I have no more monthly payments. I have nothing. I'm just gonna, go full out on this.
Yeah. Are you very like you just don't know what the next business is going to be, right? You're just open to it as you go, or do you have an idea which direction you want to go in?
I don't have a specific business that I have in my mind, but it would
Mhm.
have to be some sort of business that I can talk about on every YouTube video. For example, um, one business that I had thought of was, what if I had some sort of like food product, right? Like how Mr. Beast has like the chocolate, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
every single video he features his chocolate, and it's like everyone's like, oh, I want to go buy a chocolate. Let me go down the grocery store, right? I don't want it to be such a like a niche product. Like, hey guys, this video is sponsored to you by the Hannah Martin watch. And then like who's gonna buy a Hannah Martin watch like they're watching my videos, you know? But
Yeah.
people will buy a $3, $4, chocolate. So something along those lines will be what I'm looking for. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of business owners want to do business with me.
Yeah, it's good, right? If you ever want to come back to California, you can come here, but we also, you probably know a lot of people here, but I've lived here for 57 years. I know a lot of business owners.
Like, what do you who do you know?
My friends own all kinds of things, car washes, self-storage,
I would love
laundromat.
I would love for you to ask them if they would be down to
Hmm.
for me to come and do an interview. Maybe you and I could do it together.
Yeah, big fun, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend that owns a bunch of restaurants, El Pollo Locos and
Oh yeah.
hmm
You were talking about your friend that owns El Pollo Loco. Then they have
hmm
Dairy Queen was one of them, right?
Well,
Maybe.
he owns like corner bakeries and car washes and self-storage and I don't know, a lot of things. Yeah, Denny's. He owns a lot of things. Krispy Kremes. We have a lot of
Yes.
friends that own a lot of businesses. I haven't been thinking about this too much. I just really this this is kind of how I operate my life. Like if a thought comes into my head, like I was saying my prayers and I had the thought, you should connect with Kevin and do another interview with him, right? And so then I reached out to him, I mean to you, right? And said, "Hey, let's do this next week." And you're like, "Yeah, I'm down," right? And
Yeah.
so I just feel like God is leading me, right? I just get these ideas in my head
Yeah.
and so because I'm very interested in buying businesses too. I had never thought about it till Cody Sanchez spoke at Squat Up. And I was like, real estate is good, right? It's nice. Everyone always needs a place to live, and that is nice, but it takes a long time to build up a return sometimes in real estate.
Right, right,
And that's my opinion, right?
right.
But yeah, I will think about people that would be good to interview that are successful
Yeah.
and that are fun. And then we can ask them and see if they're open to it, right?
Yeah, that'd be really fun. That'd be really fun. And because people want to know, like, even like a simple business as a candy store, like you're like, well, how much is the rent and how much do they make? Because each business are so different. If I walk down Phoenix, right? Like if I
Mhm.
Mesa, Arizona, like I am most likely gonna be able to guess what the rent is based on like the area and the street within like 200 $200 difference, like give or
Mhm.
take $200, right? But businesses can be very, very like, one could be a failing business and one could be like a very profitable business and nobody would really know. So that's something that I would be interested in. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's a tapped in market at the moment.
I would say not. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Um, but one thing you have to put into perspective, Colleen, is that it can get really pricey, right? So like if I'm flying out to Vegas, so like my videographer and the editor, like they live in Vegas, so I don't need to, get him a separate flight. But if I were to go to California and bring him, I need to bring my videographer. I need to pay for his food, pay for his flight, pay for his, stay if he's gonna be staying for a couple of days. And then after he has to fly back and then he has to edit and all that stuff. Like those one video can cost you like 800 to $1,000, right? So it's a big, and if you're trying to do a lot of those, like it can really add up.
Yeah, that's a good point, right?
Yeah,
That could add up really quick.
right. It will, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then
So
what are you going to do for active income while you're doing this adventure?
I will probably do some like lending stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping and praying that the podcast and the business like tours would take off to a point where like if I can just have one person, one sponsor a month just cover the expenses of my podcast like filming the
Yeah.
full content. I think it's gonna come out to like around $5,000 a month, everything included. So if I can just get a sponsor that was, sponsor me 5,000 a month, I think that's gonna be good. And then my living expenses are basically covered for it right now.
Yeah, that would then you break even and then it'll just take off from there as you
Oh,
figure it out and navigate it.
right, right. And it's not like I haven't done well with content. Like I've done it with real estate, so I should be able to do it well with real estate as well.
Yeah, your skills will just transfer to this new topic.
Right, right. house tours,
Mhm.
underwriting businesses on an iPad and people watching it. Like it's all transferable skills, you know. And I think there's a bigger upside just because of the vehicle that I'm in. It's like real estate has, I feel like real estate was a smaller and it might be a bigger vehicle, but it was a very heavy vehicle. Like it's not a big niche, right? But like business might be like a quicker, smaller vehicle that can take off in a relatively short period of time. That's my guess and that's my hope, but we'll see if that's true.
Well, Pace is focused on it a lot more,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. I think it's smart to have multiple income streams and different tools in your tool belt to, you know, I think if you put all your eggs in one basket, it could be complicated long term, you know.
Right.
Hmm.
But you know what doesn't cost you any money is actually doing a virtual podcast like this.
Nothing. It
Yeah.
doesn't cost anything really. Once you get all set up, it's easy, right?
Yeah. It doesn't cost you any time to travel. Like it's amazing and you still have a good time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we can easily do this, right? We just sent you a Zoom link, right? It's so easy.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty smart. Anything else fun to share?
no, not at the moment. I think that's
Mhm.
what I've been focusing on. And I would honestly say the last 5 months that I've been in New York, 5 months, time flies. I haven't really done much to be totally transparent. And I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's
I took
okay.
I took a break and I'm enjoying life.
I like that I see that you're going out and eating and trying different things. I love that you're eating a lot of steak and
Oh yeah.
right, you're on the omnivore diet? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I call it the ano-based. Well, people call it the ano-based diet. So it's basically a carnivore diet with added like fruits on the side. So I don't eat any snacks. Like basically you're eating whole foods, no processed food. I haven't had any chips or anything like that in a long time. Basically steak for the like 90% of the meat, 90% of the time. And then like fruits on the side with raw milk, that avocados, that's about it.
Raw milk is good. It's really
Raw
hard to
milk.
get here. I mean, but it's good. It's way better for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I feel amazing. I'm down like 17 pounds.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. But I do also work out at the same time, but like I just never felt I feel amazing. Like I don't take naps during the day anymore just because I eat so clean that like my body is able to digest the food. Versus I used to eat a lot of like pasta and rice. I mean, not pasta so much, but I used to eat a lot of rice, and
Mhm.
that would really like drag me like every day. Like after lunch, always take a nap. But right now, like haven't taken a nap in days, months, honestly.
So it's made a good impact on your health.
Oh yeah.
I have another question for you. I just thought of something else that I wanted to ask you about. You
Yes.
did a fast.
Yeah.
You did a fast. How long did you fast? And tell me what did that look like? What did it feel like? How did you get through it?
Beginning first week of January this year, I did a 10-day fast, and it was nothing but water and salt and like electrolyte. And you have to have salt or else you're gonna die. Like you're gonna pass out because you
Do
have
you
to have
put it in
salt.
the water? Did you put it in the
Yeah,
water?
you just stir it and that's it. And I did it for 10 days straight. So no food, just straight water and salt. And I did it because last year I did it as 7-day fast. And the reason why I did it last year was because my pastor at my church was, hey guys, we're gonna do a 21-day fast of something that you want to get rid of. So like a lot of people did no sugar, no eating past like 8 p.m. or something. Like it was something small. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna fast for 7 days. And to put it into perspective, I've never fasted for more than 24 hours in my life up until that point. And I did a very cold turkey 7-day fast. And then I'm like, this year comes around, I'm like, well, let me do a 10-day fast. I felt very bored, if anything. It wasn't hard at all in terms of I wasn't hungry. Inter very
That's
interesting.
interesting. So you weren't hungry.
I was not hungry at all.
Hmm.
I was just really, really bored.
Just bored.
Yeah, because and I realized like I eat not because I'm hungry. I eat because I'm bored. And I I can't eat like snacks along the way. Like I can't eat fruits on the side. I can't eat like, beef jerky or whatever. And actually day 9 of my fast, I actually went to the gym and worked out.
Oh, wow.
That's how but I didn't do like an insane workout. It was like push-ups, pull-ups, like squats, a lot of body weight workouts. And I did not feel any hungry at all. And I looking back at it now, I don't think I would do a 10-day fast because 10-day fast was very boring. And after a certain point, there's a point of diminishing return. And I think, I think 5 days is like the max I would go going forward.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I I enjoyed it. It was like a more of like a personal achievement.
Yeah, I was following you. I pray for you anyway, all the time, because I feel a special connection to you, like you're like one of my extra kids, kind of. And so I was praying for you, and I'm like, okay, Heavenly Father, Kevin's doing a big, huge fast. We gotta pray for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered that, but I'm excited to hear about that because I fast once a month for 24 hours a day,
Uh-huh.
just once a month. And I do feel like when you get in the habit of fasting, I don't know, it's just good to give your body a rest. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't, when somebody was asking, like, did I do it for any spiritual reasons? Like, a little bit of everything. Like,
Hmm.
number one, I wanted to challenge myself because I did 7 days. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do 10 days this year. But it was also to see how my body feels. So it was more of an experiment too. And then I also did it just to see, like, would I feel any more special, like,
Hmm.
relationships with God? And it was a combination of many different reasons. And I don't regret doing a 10-day fast. But like I said, it felt amazing. I had a great start to the year with a very hardcore cleanse, and ever since then I haven't had any junk food, and I feel amazing.
Yeah, it's very addictive, and I think once you purge it out, it's nice if you feel better, right? Your whole body is like so happy right now, Kevin.
Oh yeah, my skin's got better. I was FaceTiming my dad and my mom yesterday, and and they're like, "Oh my God, your skin looks so much better." And I said, "Well, it's because I guess I don't eat like a lot of processed sugar.
Mhm.
I want to eat clean food. Like today I had steak and then I had some chicken and some
Hmm.
like vegetables on the side." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then like ever since I started cutting out sugar, my skin got better. I started to like drop weight like crazy. And I am very happy, like very happy with it.
I'm so happy about that. I'm so glad I remembered to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very interested. So probably if you ever do a fast again, probably like 3 to 5 days or something like that.
Yeah, 3 to 5 days because also your productivity goes down. Like you lose motivation.
Yeah, you get tired.
You get tired of being bored. So like I was laying down in bed just watching a lot of food Instagram videos to satisfy my craving.
Oh, that is so funny. Well, I think it's good that you took a rest the last 6 months. Rest is an important part of health, and also burnout, right, is a real thing. And so it's nice that you kind of took a break and gave your mind and body and soul a break. And now you're revved up for this next season of your life.
Yeah, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be where I'm at. Um, Grateful that I have a friends like Pace to give me clarity and you know, I'm just happy. I'm genuinely in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks for coming on today. Is there anything else you want to share before we hop off? I appreciate you so much hopping on here.
Um, no, I mean if there's anything that I would like want you to know is every single person that I've talked to, and we're going back to like the podcast thing and buying businesses.
Yeah.
Every single person that I've talked to that had a podcast like 2, 3, 4 years back, like none of them have it, right? So I love how consistent you are right now with your podcast. Like you're like, okay, I got the mic, I got all this stuff. I'm gonna go, full steam ahead on this because it's like my philosophy now is if I don't think I can do it consistently, then I'm not gonna do it at all, right? So
Yeah.
like gym, like I go to the gym like almost every day, 7 days a week sometimes I go to the gym just to do the sauna on a rest day, but I still go to the gym and I, check those things off the off the checklist, and I can do it consistently. So for you, I love that you're doing the podcast because it's very easy, very cheap, very, and it's got such a high ROI, right? So do like one a week, two a week, but do it consistently for the next 12, 24 months, and like you'll be like on the top 5% of the podcasters out there.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm excited. I'm all in.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's good. And I'll send you a text and I'm gonna go look through who you've interviewed and see who
Yeah,
I'd love to interview.
yeah, yeah. And then all the people that I have interviewed and that I'm going to interview, I'll also give you this list too. There's a lot of people that own businesses in my circle, and I'm like, I did not know all these people own all these businesses. I thought everybody was in real estate.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? And literally, I made a list. You can't see it, but I made a list of everyone I could think of just off the top of my head that I would want to interview on those,
Yeah,
those tear sheets, like on the Post-its that are the big Post-its.
yeah,
And I'm like, holy crap, I know a lot of people that are pretty cool doing some pretty cool stuff.
right,
So, but I love that it's just literally scheduling it in, right? And making the contact with the person and then just taking the time to get to know them and what's going on in their life and adding really I look at the YouTube and the podcasting as a way to add value to people that's evergreen, right? Like
right,
people can come back. Like let's say, like you said, you just closed on that deal because some guy saw a video you made 2 years ago and you got a $6,000 wholesale fee or something, right? From that?
yeah,
Because you connected him to a buyer, right?
yeah.
Like that's beautiful, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. And that's what's gonna happen is like I will make a video 2, 3 years back, and then I will see the fruits of my labor continuously.
Yeah.
As long as I don't change industry, like I just did.
Well, I think those two kind of go together. Like you see a lot of people that buy real estate that also buy businesses, right?
Right,
So
right.
they're similar because it's entrepreneurial. And I would say if you look at a lot of the most successful people, financially successful, right? A lot of them own businesses and real estate. Even our friend that owns all the car wash and the self-storage and all those restaurants, he owns a lot of real estate because people will reach out to him if they're having financial trouble or this or that, or something's going on. Hey, do you want to buy my house? And
Yeah,
he always tells me, hey, any houses that won't sell or something, just give me a call and I'll see if I can make the numbers work and he'll buy them. So he owns a lot of real estate too.
right, right. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Don't you feel like they go hand in hand, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, to a certain extent, like people do businesses and real estate, but the sellers that I ran into, it's like they don't do that's not the case, they got a job and a house.
That's true.
Yeah,
I would say so many people, I was thinking about this myself because I haven't figured out exactly what I wanted. I mean, except for I do real estate, right? But I haven't
right,
figured out what I'm going to invest in next. Like what's my focus, right? Exactly. I know it will come, but I haven't exactly figured it out. And what's interesting is I was thinking about most people don't want to do what I do. Like I like getting in front of people. I love connecting with people. I love helping people.
right,
And I think most people, so I'm very active, right? Active investor, active person getting out there. But I think a lot of people want to go to their W-2 job and then just like passively invest with people if they even want to do that.
right. Yeah. I mean, but the possibilities are truly endless. So you might think this might work, but in reality, like something that you didn't think was the actually, source of revenue might pop out, and I'm like, oh, whoa, what the heck is happening? So,
That is so true, right? It's endless. And I'm just literally, God cannot drive a parked or cannot steer a parked car. So I'm just continuing to move forward. And I know that I'll know what it is, if that makes sense. Like you just said, something might pop up that I would have never thought of. And then I'll be like, oh, I really should investigate that, right?
right, right.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm so excited for you. Anything else you want to share?
I think I talked too much so far, honestly.
No, you're so lovely. It's good to share, right? I love that. I really hope that young people, well, two things. I hope young people will be so inspired and empowered and like, oh, if Kevin can do this, I can do this too.
Right.
And then I hope old people like me, that are like people might not like this, but like I'm going to be 58 this year, right? And I hope people realize it's never too late to like go after your dreams and do the things that maybe bring you more joy or try new things or, get more financial freedom if you know what I'm saying? So I
Oh,
hope
one hundred percent.
both ends are, you're really young and I'm a lot older. And I hope that everyone in the middle also is inspired and empowered. But I just really hope that people know that it's okay to start young and it's okay to start when you're older.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, dude, you're awesome. Well, give Maverick a big hug for me. He's the cutest dog, besides my dogs, of course.
He's in the bathroom. He knows like when I'm filming, I put him in the bathroom because he just roams around and plays with the squeaky toys, and I'm like, hold up, you know.
You mean he doesn't pay attention to that they're recording?
No.
Anyway, I sure appreciate you. Thanks for sharing. And I'll let you know. I'm going to be in touch, let you know who I would love to interview.
Okay.
And when are you going to Vegas?
Probably first or second week of March.
Okay, that's fun. I might come out and say hi to you.
All right, yeah, come out.
Yeah, my dad lives in Vegas.
Okay, I love
Yeah.
it.
So I like Vegas. I like Vegas when it's not the summer.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Vegas when you don't lose money too. So
Yeah. Yeah. I've never really lost any money in Vegas because I'm not a big gambler.
yeah, I've always been. I've gambled once, won
Did
20
you?
bucks.
Did you win?
I won 20 bucks and I called it a day.
That was smart. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're ahead, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't gamble. And it's so funny. My bonus mom, my stepmom, she loves to gamble.
oh yeah,
She loves to go play the machines, sit at this, the slot machines. I'm like, oh yeah, I just that the ding 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 is not for me.
yeah.
It's everyone has their own thing. It's just Vegas. I like the food. I like shows. I like that my dad's there, right? But other than that, I'm good. Well, thank you,
All
my
right.
sweet friend. Thanks for joining. Give Maverick a hug. And I'm going to be thinking of stuff to share with you, and then I'll be reaching out soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, wait, where can people find you? I know we told
Uh,
Matt last time. Where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you?
they can find me on my YouTube channel right here, the Kevin Cho, right here.
Okay, the Kevin Choe, right?
Right, that's right.
On YouTube.
And in everywhere.
Everywhere, right?
Right.
Kevin, you're awesome. Thanks for sharing your light with us today.
Thank you.